Good morning. Guess what? It's Saturday. The Sunday's not the Sabbath. It's actually the Lord's Day. The day that Jesus rose. Of course, I've heard people preach that that's wrong too. But the classic view is that Saturday's the Sabbath, the last day of the week. Sunday's the first day of the week, the Lord's Day. So, what's on the agenda? Well, we've already had some stuff going on. I'm going to make some coffee. I done my small prayer. I didn't do a big prayer today. I'm going to work on around the farm today, so I thought we'd hang out a little bit, working on some of the small engines and stuff that we got going on around here. And then I have a baby shower that, I don't know, we'll see if I take some pictures, a little bit of pictures of that. It's not, I don't know, I'm a guy, right? So, but there's, and then what else is going on? Let's see, I got the truck, so I'm going to have to get that smogged and tagged, but I probably won't do that today. I think I'm just going to throw away the car. So I don't know, the Cadillac, we don't know. On the music front, what's going on there? Well, I got the music back from the last producer. I'm trying to make it a habit to send my music that I create to 3 different producers once I get it mixed down to the place where I like it. But, you know, by then my ears are tired of that song. What that means is that they've heard it so much, heard that song so much, that your brain and what you hear becomes a little bit biased, and so you need fresh ears. In order to do that, you have 2 choices. You can either stop listening to music for about a week, or that song for a week or whatever, go back to it, or you can send it out to people. Sending it out to people is better. Let me tell you why. You see, everybody has different creativity. They're different in the way they create. Let me approach it this way instead. It's the same thing as diversity. God is the God of diversity. He didn't make one kind of bird. He made a whole bunch of different kinds of birds. Many times different kinds of the same kind of bird. Not one kind of orange tree, a whole bunch of different kinds of orange trees. Right? He didn't make one type of grass. He made tons of type of grass. And I'm not talking about marijuana. And although he made a lot of different types of that too. But God, He makes, I don't smoke weed. I don't drink. I don't smoke weed. I don't do drugs. I get high on God. Jesus, you know, is my high. Diversity. Okay, so everything God creates, He creates in diversity. When you have one person do everything in a song, right? What happens is it gets kind of mono-focused, creatively speaking, mono-focused. And why that might sound so good to some, it won't sound good to others. But just like if you're an employer, you know, I have a bachelor's degree in business, so if you're an employer, diversity is important. Why is diversity important? Because different cultures of different peoples have different ways and different creativity and different ideas about how to solve a problem. And by having a lot of different viewpoints and angles, somebody who was raised in, let's say somebody who was raised in Pakistan and had to face the problems there, versus somebody who was raised in Sacramento and faces the problems there. When they come together, they're going to have different solutions to the problem. See, they'll have totally different solutions. Typically, they'll have different ideas and different ways of thinking. And what that does as a business owner is it gives you the ability to have diversity in form of solutions, which means that you can be innovative, right? And if you can be innovative, then you have you're more apt to have success. Okay, in music, it's the same thing. You want to be innovative with your music in that, now I'm not saying a new kind of music that nobody's heard, but innovative in that you want diversity. And the best way to get diversity is have other people involved. Now, a typical band, you know, they have all the band members that have a say in the song, and so it has the diversity. But with producers tend to create their music all by themselves. Now, if you're in a studio, an expensive studio, and you can afford session musicians, you'll begin to include the diversity of all of that experience of those session musicians. And they'll start giving you hints, do this, do that, I like this, I like that. But when you're all by yourself and you're like I am, and you produce your music on a computer in a make-believe studio, well, you know, you do what you can. And so then you need the diversity. You send out your music to, like I do, to other producers that are doing music. And so all that to say, I want to make a habit of always sending music out to other producers and get fresh ears. And so I sent it out to 3, made the corrections that they suggested, and sent it back. And now the last producer and I, who I'm also going to hire to do the mastering for it, he's Academy Award mastering producer that is in New York, and reasonably priced. I'm getting it for $80 to $100, the mastering of the song, so I'm happy about that. And so I will do that. But I have decided to make 2 versions of this song coming up. I'm going to make a club version that has a big lead in with kick and drums, and a big tail with kick and drums. And I'm going to push the kick inside the song up by 2 dB or so. And so it'll be a club version of the song with a leader and a trailer, so that a DJ can mix it. And then I'll have the regular radio cut version that will have the drums that fit more evenly into the song, and with the vocals being more the center instead of the driving beat. So I will have 2 versions of the song that's coming up that I'm going to be releasing. It's called New Day Dawning, is the name of the song, New Day Dawning. And so it's about, the song is about this. It's about the first prayer in the morning, right? When you get up and you pray to the Lord, and it's hope, all about hope, and it's a fun song, a fast-paced song, and it's upbeat, and it's a feel-good song, and it's a crossover song, because you have to know what it's about to understand it. Although normally I always mention the name of the Lord, this time the name of the Lord isn't mentioned in the song. It's a crossover song, I guess. And I was going to add a verse, but I've decided just to keep it as it is, and we'll go with that. And so that's where we are musically. That means that soon as I have the money to pay for the mastering on the song, we're going to do that. And then the next step for that song is the production of the music video that goes with it. Remember, we're going to release both of them at the same time. The music video and the song and the club version all at once. And that, so we're probably, I'm going to say 3 months out. Oh, my breakfast. So, I had forgotten that I started my breakfast. It was on the stove, so it filled the whole house full of smoke, and you know, it's ham and eggs. Trailer park ham and eggs. Fried bologna. Trailer park ham. Hey, I'm not cheap. I'm just frugal. And don't forget, my coffee. And it tells you right there, right? Who needs a girlfriend? I already know it all. Oh, whatever. I don't have a girlfriend, but oh well. Where was I? Okay, so the music. So I sent out. So I'm getting ready to send out the last one to mastering after getting it back, and so that's where we are with the music production. Other than that, I started taking some of those free courses that are at Berkeley, and I'm deciding, you know, I'm getting pretty old right now, right? I'm getting up there, and I think I'm about to make a decision that's going to have a major effect on my life, and it's this. I think I'm just going to pursue the things I love. Instead of pursuing stuff for just the reasons of creating an income stream, I'm just going to start focusing on the things that I like to do. And I don't know, maybe except for the teaching, I'm teeter-tottering on that. I really like to teach adults. I used to anyway. I haven't taught adults in a long time. I've been teaching kids. But kids, I want to do good in people's lives, you know, and help fashion a kid, and I've impacted several kids, and it was been a blessing that way. But I've been doing it now for about 5 years, 4 years, 5 years, something like that. And I find myself losing interest, you know, because it's not my dream. You know, it's I many times when I, you know, those special times when the light goes on or I make an impact, when I connect with a kid and can have a positive influence, makes it worth it. But most of the time in today's junior highs and high schools and stuff, you're insulted, ridiculed, you know, in no respect. I mean, it's really bad sometimes. And so I don't know, I have to make that decision. But if I do decide to just follow my dream, I was thinking about, instead of going for my master's degree in education, in music education and education, that I might go ahead and just sign on with Berkeley School of Music and really chase down producing music and stuff. So I'm thinking about that. I might make that decision. Okay, so on the agenda for the rest of the day, we're gonna go outside. We got 2 lawnmowers to look at, 2 weed eaters to fix, and if I have time, I want to start mowing some of the lawn and grass. And I'm already uploading the last segment on how to fix the iPad. By the way, the repair, after I sat it down and tried to glue it by putting something heavy on it and everything, it still didn't work. The case is too bent from being run over by a car. Right, it's U-shaped almost, and I can't make the adhesive stick properly. So I ordered a new back, and since I'm gonna have it broken that far down, I'm gonna go ahead and replace that charging port place where it was busted too. So we'll do one more video on how to fix those things. Should be interesting. Music wise, like I said, I'm thinking about going to Berkeley. I started some of their online free stuff just for the fun of it. I'm gonna have to start a new song, which is always fun. I'm not sure. I have several ones that are finished. One that is all the way finished that needs to begin. I need to begin thinking about what or who I want to sing on there. What I want sung or who I want to sing it. I have a couple of many other ideas that have been stirring, so we'll see where that goes. I think the next one will not be EDM. I think I'm gonna make it more. I should do some worship songs. I'm thinking about doing some worship songs, but we'll see. All right, so that's the agenda for today. I'm gonna eat, and then we're gonna be heading out, and I'll catch you then. So we're using a new selfie stick, and I like it for the phone so far. It doesn't work at all for the camera, but it works for this. So hey, that's all right. We'll use it for the phone. And I sort of prefer using the phone when I'm out and about like this anyway, because the camera, I don't want to break it. You know, it costs a lot more. Wow, do you hear that? The whole tree is buzzing. It's got bees everywhere. Wow, that's really scary. They're all honeybees. Look at that. Wow. Well, I have never seen anything like that. There's no hive there. That is literally from the hundreds of thousands of bees, honeybees that are swarming this tree. I mean, it's amazing. I've never heard that many bees sound like that. Wow, that's a little scary too. I don't like bees, but they're honeybees, so, and they look like native honeybees, not the Africanized ones, so I think we're all right. But I'm having a couple second thoughts about maybe not mowing underneath that tree today. Hank is whining. I don't know why. What's the matter? What are you whining about? Huh? You want to go inside? But it's so beautiful out here. You afraid of the bees? The cats? You want food? Hungry? What's the problem? Candid camera. Say hi. Okay, so the first thing is this lawnmower. I don't know where all that paint came from. Wow, look at it. It wasn't like that when I left it before. There's paint everywhere. But the owner says that it's not running. Well, first off, obviously needs a gas cap. It smells like gas in there. Of course, it could have water in it. So I'll give it a shot. See if I can get it to start. See if it starts. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the store. Let's see here. What I bought. Well, I couldn't find the bowls, but I got these Craftsman ones. They had two of them. A small one and a big one, so we'll see which one fits, alright? The time has come for my offering. I made a mistake of leaving all my tools outside in the toolbox, and now they're all rusted. Alright, step one done. God brings. It's life, everlasting life, eternal. Alright, so now we have to find a screw to hold the top on right. The old nut driver with the, it's like 5/16. We obviously don't have this taper, but we probably can find a screw that's similar to that. And that's what I'm going to go do now. Because there's a big bucket. When you live on a farm, one thing you always keep, nuts and bolts. Alright, so I found this. Alright, it's a little bit bigger than this. And the threads are a tiny bit different, but since it's only a lawnmower, it really doesn't matter. As long as I can make it thread to start, we'll be good. It's gone all the way. It's the heart that God brings. The heart that God brings. The love that God brings. The life that God brings. Look at this thing. Doesn't sound good. I don't think there's any oil in it. Doesn't sound like it. Something's wrong. The life that God brings. The life that God brings. Nothing. Alright, so there's the first problem. The second problem. First problem was that the thing's all messed up, but their second biggest problem is that it's out of oil. So it's really grinding. So this is, took the top off, and I found right away this is laying down here stopping this from working, and this is full of junk. right here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna clean it out and we're gonna put it back together and see if it'll run. Okay, so I found out that the top is messed up, and that was, so I'm thinking a little bit of duct tape. I'm thinking a little bit of duct tape and maybe I don't know, some baling wire or something. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, so a little bit of duct tape and some baling wire, and I think I was able to fix it. What do you think? Look what a little bit of hard work will do. Let's see if it'll run. Ready? What do you think? See what hard work will do? If you haven't noticed, it's new lawnmower. All right, so next is this guy. We're gonna swap out the pull cord front because you can't pull it far enough to get it started. So that'll be next. To do that, 3 bolts, one here, I already took them out. One on the bottom on this side, one on the bottom. Well, I'm not having a lot of luck here. You can see I took them off, but as soon as I did, for one thing, the dog on this is ancient. Look at that. It's some weird style that 1960. And the crank is different. See, normally these dogs screw on, but not this one. I mean, the standard Briggs & Stratton dog looks like that. It's just square. So, just having all kinds of luck. I'm gonna try to take it off anyway, see what I can do. So I got these generic ones like this, right? The prop, and we're gonna switch over to working on these two weed eaters real quick. The problem is that they're broken, so we're gonna try to make these generic ones work. This one's a little bit harder. Same problem, but I have to be able to get to it. I have to pull the whole gas tank off. So I guess I'll do that now. Okay, so what were we able to do? We got the weed eater, one of the weed eaters done. The other one, I got it all the way to where I could start it and realized that there was no pull cord. It's broken. So I couldn't fix one of the weed eaters. And you've seen the lawnmower needs parts, so I couldn't fix that. But we did put together the new lawnmower, and we got one of the weed eaters going, and we started up the main tractor, and we were able to accomplish that at the farm today. And then over at the church, I blew off and got that ready as well. And then tonight, I got the new iPad in that has all the parts. I got this for 11 bucks, right? Because it's busted, right? But it's got a good back, and it's got a good screen. That's all I need. And I'll either do that tonight or tomorrow, and that'll be it. So I'm gonna catch you later.
This is my offering. This is my offering. This is my offering.